5 to 10 seconds and then you can go live, okay? So 5, 4.
Hello, viewers.
Yo.
Hello.
Welcome to the best run of the marathon.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. And I'm here to commentate. This really is gonna be a close one, I'm sure. Can we get, is that prediction? Oh, it's been restarted, okay. Who should I vote for?
Commentator bias.
Bye-bye,
I'm gonna put
commentator.
I'm putting my money on Spug.
Thanks.
No pressure, man.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kaz didn't make it tonight. Sorry. Luckily.
That's all 50 jumps. And whenever I guess everybody's stream on my screen is nobody is frozen for me, so looks okay. Am I gonna count you down?
Ready.
I'm ready.
I guess when everybody's ready, everyone ready for the countdown? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go. We're gonna begin at the count of 3. On the count of 3 here. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good skills.
Good skill.
Yes. Have fun. 2.
Yeah, so at the beginning here, of course, they start to run at the dock and head up to the apartment. They're going to be pushing the police car and hopefully keeping it in the save area so that they can use it, or at least get through a cutscene by using it. And so far, everybody has a good push here. So far on my screen, at least, I hope I'm not behind at all. And yeah, so once they finish this section, they press F at the door to like walk through a trigger zone. Some are turning on autosave in case they don't get a boat. They need a boat for 2 jumps. So they're going to be turning on autosave in case they don't get a boat. They can then load the autosave, or they may have some sort of stratagem where they load the autosave, the save immediately, and that guarantees a boat spawn. I think that might be what's happening. Now, so the goal here is to leave and get a car to drive down to the water, and there are a few places where they can actually get a boat. One is this location where you see the truck is going in and the car is heading that way. The other location is here. Hopefully you fly through the windshield as you just watched and end up over here. Now, I don't know, the difference is like this one on the now who's I gotta check again who's this in my lower left corner real quick based on that would be Spug. Who took the faster route. If you can get a boat over here where you saw him go through the windshield, a quick boat here would be a little bit faster than the other location. And the last thing that you want, so they all have received a good boat, and some have had a little bit of a hard time getting into it. But at least they have a boat, a decent boat at that. So the goal here is to just steal the boat and then make your way over here under the bridge, and there's a jump. First jump here, we have Stig is doing that jump right now on my end first, and the next jump is only a little under the next bridge, a little bit further after this next bridge. It's kind of annoying that they included these two jumps because they are both really boring jumps, and you know, there's so many great jumps that are not stunt jumps being tracked in the game, you know, on land that they
I
could
heard
have.
someone is making a mod for them.
Oh yeah, something about that. Somebody's making a mod, so something like moves.
Egg
stunt
warming
jumps.
it for a couple of years.
Work in progress. So you can only imagine, there's so many great jumps, and these two were included. Sadly. But once you're done with the two, you video editor warp in the phone to go back to the apartment. That's just a way to quickly get back here. They're not loading a save, they're video editor, entering the editor, then exiting and ending up at the apartment. Then they take the police car. Now some, if not all, will search for a most wanted target. His name is Juan, and he is on an NRG motorcycle. Now, when they search for him, and he's now spawned, he's over there on another island on his motorcycle. I'm fairly sure it's not just the bike that in memory. It's actually he's sitting there right now. I'm fairly sure. Or whatever, you know, but the point is that there's an increased chance of getting an NRG, or even another bike possibly, or maybe just the NRG, to show up on the road or parked in this one particular lot, which I guess for Stig, the bike wasn't in the lot. And if they don't see the bike, they're going to keep going to the next jump anyway. You know, because you're looking for the bike along the way. As you're watching here, they go through the park after one of the jumps. You can see here, this is Ron. He is getting one of the NRGs in this parking lot here.
The green one.
Yeah. Now, this jump here that you're watching on Spug stream is one of the more difficult ones, I guess, when you're starting out. But let's see, they both Spug and Stig are neck and neck. They're both getting motorcycles at the moment. And Ron is a little bit behind, but he had his motorcycle a little bit early, so he had to get off, get that. This jump here could be a little bit difficult with the motorcycle, because, you know, you can get it, if you fail, he completed it by not even touching the cliffs there. You can get your motorcycle stuck between the cliff and the wall if you screw up. And what else here? What's going on now? I mean, my eyes are just bouncing around from one corner to the next here. So what do we have here now? They're both successfully... Oh, I guess they... Nobody went to the airport. That's right. Nobody went to the airport. That's the backup bike spawn, where you can get some armor and the NRG at the airport. So as you can see, nobody has armor at the moment. If they had to go all that way to get that NRG, they would have some armor. Now, I'm guessing they're going to pick up armor somewhere else. I haven't done this category in a while, but I know that that's where... I can't think of the other armor locations at the moment. But, you know, look at the mini-map there. You'll see on the right, or it could be more coming around at the bottom, where you'll see the blue half circle to show that they've picked up armor. Of course, the green is the health. So, you know, basically the goal here, get the motorcycle and complete all the jumps. Now, who's in the lead right now? We have Spug in the lead, but by a little bit on my screen. Not by much. This here by the water is a pretty easy jump. So everybody's doing fairly well. It's gonna get, you know, it's gonna get difficult when they reach Algonquin. So let's see, and this requires a lot of focus. This run, especially in Algonquin, you know, you're paying a lot of attention to where the cops are spawning, and there are certain jumps you have to hit a very specific spot to complete. you know, at least complete quickly. There's some that you could complete and then kind of like lose your bike, end up stuck, and it's where a lot of the concentration. Yeah, that's what it's required for there. But a lot of these at the start aren't very difficult at all. I guess you know, I'm looking here, reference sheet in a way, like, oh, Spug just picked up. Oh, he just did okay, so what Spug just did there, he picked up the pistol to get maximum, not max, but 1,500 rounds in the pistol there. That's by performing a glitch. And he picked up a hot dog or a burger, I don't know what stand that is, to heal up. And so far, let's see, everybody else, you know, everybody's doing well. This jump here at Spug's stream is really short one. You have to, again, land in a very specific spot to complete that by slamming against the side of a dumpster. And Stig is getting hot dog. Of course, yeah, you want to be going into Algonquin with a lot of health and possibly armor now. Obviously, getting armor would cost you time, but you know, in a race maybe they would want to. I don't know. I think so far it looks like nobody is going to go out of their way to get any armor before reaching Algonquin.
God damn.
This is a tricky one. Ron survived there, falling off the rooftop.
Uh-oh.
Didn't lose the bike. No, that's not good at all. But yeah, what will he do now? He's going to be looking for another NRG that might spawn, or he will have to get a police car and search for Ron again.
Oh my god.
Stig there.
That's too much.
And as you can see, Ron reached the trigger zone for the 6 stars, though he needs to go back to complete this jump.
The cracks are beginning to show.
As they say. Oh, here's some more. There's some more cracks in the pavement. Flips the motorcycle here and there. Things just get harder as the cracks grow, isn't that right?
It gets harder every time.
So, you know, anything can happen in this run. There could be, you could be ahead world record pace, and the most unfortunate thing in the world could possibly happen, and the most unlucky thing also, to ruin your chances. And you know, so these minor cracks here, they might get paved over.
The important thing is to keep a cool head and don't give up.
Thank you, Ron. Very inspirational.
Great boards.
Yeah, so so Ron here, he is gonna get a soda. Heal up about, I think it gives you around half health.
Only $1.
50% health, no matter where you're at. $1, and you know, now they're all in. Oh yeah, Stig is obviously looking for a motorcycle, and he found one here after searching for Juan. Now, so Ron's healed up, and he's gonna move on into Algonquin here, and what would that be? I guess we're at a total of...
Bro! Come on!
Jumps, but it's only about 10 or 12 or something. So there's some glitching going on here to get on this motorcycle.
I got that FIB cycle. Oh.
FIB. That's another thing. And there's maybe a way to kind of control this if you load your save, or you do the wrong thing. You know, you might get the cycle of the FIB cars or the SWAT vans. It will switch eventually unless you influence it and keep a certain spawn going. But typically what you'll see is the cycle will switch from one to the other, going from the SWAT vans to the FIB.
Oh, they're blocking my way now. Let's see.
I don't think I'm going to say from this point forward, talk about who's in the lead or anything like that. I mean, I think I'm just going to commentate without really mentioning that. Keep it, Unless anybody really wants to know. Oh, that's unfortunate for Spug there.
I'm out of here.
Have you told the viewers about the wrong cam?
Oh, the wrong cam. Yeah, when you're in the first person, or, you know, technically it's like first person, but not exactly. It's more like hood cam. But on the bike, you know, you don't see really anything unless you actually look down. When you're in that, using that cam, they meaning the cops, will still be firing at you, but they're going to fail to hit you. They're trying to hit you, and typically if you're doing that, using that same cam in a car, they're going to be hitting the back of the car rather than ever really hitting you, the player, and costing you health. Now there is a chance that you get hit, but
it depends on bike and vehicle. I don't know.
Yeah, it sort of depends, but the point is, like, you go into that when you're approaching a cop, any number of cops, or you want to go enter that cam, and that will decrease the chances of you getting hit. Your bike might get hit, but it's very unlikely that even the bike or the tire will get hit when you're in that cam. So you're pretty much, think of it as a way to just be almost completely invincible as you're in that cam. But it, you know, it doesn't really. It makes the run. It does make the run easier, but it doesn't keep you from failing. As you've seen already. And it could be a slip up. Somebody might not use it at the right time, and they increase the chances of dying. But generally, yeah, if somebody's in that cam, they're in it to, you know, keep the snipers. There are some snipers on the rooftops in certain areas, and they can hit you. As you know, they might hit you. They might hit the tire. It's unlikely, but generally you want to be in that cam. So, as long as you feel comfortable driving with it, and when you know they can see where the cops are on the minimap, so they're obviously not always going to be entering that. Though some may try to use it a lot, even when they don't have to, just to practice with it. As you need to be able to drive well with it if you want to ever perform well in the category. It is real. It is a real strategy. It is. Let's see. So, where are we at here? We have Spug on the east side. Ron is lower Algonquin, lower middle Algonquin, and we have Stig also heading down to about lower Algonquin.
Unlucky.
But Spug here is in Times Square. And you're not going to see a lot of traffic. You don't really see all that much traffic here, regardless of your vehicle density setting. And that setting really doesn't have any influence on the police either. The police will be the numbers, and they may not always be swarming you. You know, it comes down to, you know, trying to stay away from them. They will eventually reach you, regardless of if you went away all the way to southern Algonquin. As long as you're in the zone still, they will eventually find you. So, you know, using some sort of on foot, you can avoid the police and get out of the zone. You could run through the entire city and avoid being spotted. And you know, it's not 100%. It's somewhat unrealistic when you notice that, like, the cops just somehow end up on you. Though you could look at that as they are clearing areas and just closing in. But you could use anytime the stars in the corner are gray. You know, like most right now, they're one just turned white. But as long as the stars are gray, the cops don't see you. They're not seeing you at that point. And if they're, I think, is it true that maybe whenever you're in the middle of a stunt jump, they turn white? Is that not the? I thought I just noticed that, though I haven't thought about that in a while.
I don't know. But in the stunt jump camera, the first person camera doesn't work. And a little bit after that as well. You need to get some speed for the camera to work. Sorry if that's already been said, that maybe I missed.
Oh yeah, you also need, yeah, that's something I didn't mention. I guess you need some speed to really benefit from that cam.
I still don't know why it works on NRG and a little bit on Sanchez, but doesn't work at all on PCG.
Yeah, it's even worse.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, if they lose their bike, they will find a decent vehicle to complete these jumps with. I mean, some jumps are, you know, the bike is preferable for almost every last jump. I can't think of one off the top of my head that is more difficult with a bike. And there are some that are very difficult without a bike. And some that are almost impossible. Even if the vehicle has enough speed, it may just start flipping immediately, making it almost impossible. So, again, Ron and a Banshee. Now this is one of the harder jumps. It's hard. This one he's coming up on here. As long as I'm caught up, I hope it didn't like fall behind or anything. It's not all that difficult with a vehicle, a fast vehicle. It's going to be somewhat tricky sometimes with a bike because you might just hit a brick. Certain, like the bricks are random where they spawn at around the jump. And you may just like touch a brick and spin out or flip, lose speed. Yeah, let's see here. So, Ron doing really well with this Banshee, and you know, of course, if he enters that cam, the hood cam with the Banshee, he's going to lose it pretty quickly. He himself will likely not be hit all that much, but the Banshee is going to take a lot of damage, unless it turns out to be one of the few vehicles that they don't hit. But I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, me neither. I just don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it does Caldosa tricks either. Over the river.
Wow, Stig.
Who came up with
Stig.
this trick, actually?
On my screen, he's alive. Well,
It's fine.
that was pretty wild. Ran through all of those police and almost it seemed like you were about to get away.
Not today.
And if you die, how many, I guess in total there would be about three spawns, depending on, or maybe two, the one in Bohan and one in Algonquin, or one in Broker, or I guess you could end up at any number of those. Well, of course, if you die in like northern Alderney, which is the next island, or northern Algonquin, you end up in Bohan. If you die in like southern Algonquin or Alderney, you end up at one of the two, just depending on, it's possible you can only end up at one of those two hospitals. But I haven't looked into that in a while. It just depends which one you're closest to, based on those zones, or however those zones work when you're in the 6-star areas. But Stig found it's always there, but in the police car, and he's heading back in. He has looked for Juan, so he can hopefully get a bike spawn here. And they're always, I'm seeing them right now. There's a lot of bike spawns around this area. Though what's difficult is, you know, getting on the bike without dying or taking damage from the cops that are after you due to stealing a car near them. And possibly shooting one for a pistol if he hadn't yet picked up his pistol, which I'm not keeping track of all the details. So again, Ron did enter Alderney a short time ago. Still in that Banshee, but you can see that Banshee's gonna go, yeah, really soon. Well, this is one of those vehicles you almost like step right back into the fire. Though he got away from it. You could end up, you know, somebody pressing the wrong key could easily catch on fire there. Or it could have just been a cycle that saved him. This jump here, right on, if you're seeing what I'm seeing on Stig's stream, that's what's tough. That type of landing there. He's trying to land against the fence. There is an easier way to complete this. The fastest way is to just pretty much take the jump so that you're landing at the very edge of the zone, and you have to touch the fence at the top, I think, from what I remember. More so, you can't be really landing on the sidewalk. You have to almost like collide, and you want to collide not front tire first. You want to be like touching the edge of the fence on your right side or possibly left side.
They still haven't spotted me on that new bike, by the way.
And that's another thing that happens in this game, because it is, you know, it's somewhat realistic. If you switch vehicles, even if it's a bike and, you know, he didn't put on the helmet, it's not, they won't see you for a short time. You can pass cops if you've switched vehicles, and for about, I don't know how long it is, or, again, it's like, I haven't looked into this and researched it to the limit or anything, but if you get into a new vehicle, they won't spot you for at least 20 seconds or so, or maybe it has to do with how many cops you pass, but eventually they will recognize you at that point. Spug, Stig, no. Who's on top of my screen again? I'm mixing it up. Stig is on top if you're looking at my screen here. Stig passed away again.
Rest in
back
peace.
in Bohan. Spug is getting a bike. Ron is going for somewhat of a tricky jump. Not for somebody who's experienced, but you know, you don't want to end up in the water if you overshoot this helipad here. Just in case I've fallen behind. I'm gonna just do a quick refresh on everybody's stream here, just to be sure. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Ron's doing pretty well. Have you died at all? I don't think you have.
Not yet, but there are a lot of cops on this street.
Yeah. So,
I'm just going
picking up armor. Yeah, there's some armor here. A good idea to get that armor. Whenever it's really convenient. There's some that are a quick pickup, very convenient. Like that one there. The way Stig is handling this jump right now is the easier way. Especially if you're in a car. I mean, you want to just go for this bridge landing. Though the bad part about that is that you're getting swarmed by police. If you take it the other way, you're likely to, unless you already failed once and you're going around again to try, you might have a bunch of cops near when I mentioned the fence technique. You might have a bunch of cops sitting there waiting for you. Yeah, the moment you cross into Algonquin, you will receive 6 stars. And from that point forward, you can't lose them. That's another thing. You can't lose these stars unless you go back to... Technically, you can lose them, but you'll gain them again. If you went out and lost the stars while in Algonquin or Alderney, after about 2 seconds, you'll gain them again, and a new zone will appear. You could go back to the other islands that are unlocked and lose them over there, and then you'd be free.
Over the pipe, let's go!
Oh, well, something. Wow. Okay, nice. Well, what a. This is gonna go in the highlight reel for sure. What do I say? Okay.
I had that in the practice. Ask Shadow.
Okay, he did it. It's nothing new to Ron. He's done that before. Yeah, that was nothing. It was easy every time.
Gets easier every time. Especially with Enforcer Cycle.
Some of these jumps, they're just pain. They're just a real pain. I mean, doing this category can be.
That's what I get.
You be ready. You have to know that you're going to be very, very, very frustrated, and you can control your frustrations, or you better be able to, because it's a frustrating category.
When do I get up here? Up here, I think.
I don't know what's actually happening on Ron's stream right now. I looked at the other ones, and now he's climbing around. I guess you ended up here? Failed the jump or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This jump is a mess.
Ron's... Actually, I feel like you stand a good chance of surviving. Just based on what I'm seeing right now. I think you're going to be able to get away from them, and probably if you know of any spawns for health or armor...
I know, but I have to
be
go
okay.
around. And
Well,
they can cut me off.
I believe... Sorry I didn't put my points on you, but I believe right now that you will survive. Now for the... I think... The other... You guys are near the end of Algonquin. They're very close to finishing up Algonquin here.
I hit some cars.
What Stig just did is a quick way of getting into Alderney. You take a motorcycle. You could do this with a car as well. Not every vehicle, but you can quickly jump over that really narrow channel there and make your way over to the beach. Completing this one jump on the beach. This would be the only stunt jump on a beach, I believe. In the run, yeah. Ron is on the forklift.
Nah, maybe another time when I try it on practice. I don't think it's fast enough. Let me just go around them.
Stig is... So you can see right now, if you're watching closely on Stig's stream, he's next to the police car, and you can see he's not being hit because he's using that cam. I mean, they would be gunning you down. That's the thing. If you're that close, they would gun you down in an instant. Especially the FIB. When you're using that cam, you can literally be touching the side, and they won't hit you. Almost, maybe once after a little while. Oh, that's very unfortunate for Spug here. He almost made it to that the jump there, but
Only I had a gun right now, right?
But again, as you can see, like Spug's using the cam, he just gets right back on the bike and he heads down the hill. Now the problem right now with screwing up around that jump is that look at the mini-map, they're swarming at the top of the hill here. And they could easily get in your way. Cones also make things pretty tricky. At some point, Stig passed away again, hitting another police car. Ron, taking one of the... What kind of motorcycle is this? A freeway?
Freeway. But the best motorcycle, handling-wise. Wait, it's a zombie.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Here they come! Oh my god, what a blunder.
Oh man, that's one of the, yeah. That's what, and this is, you know, when you die over here, you're back all the way in Broker, and you have to make your way all the way back. They would prefer to end up in Bohan if possible. Dying at that southern spot, basically anywhere. If you die, there are certain deaths over in southern Algonquin when you still need to complete some jumps there. You would prefer to spawn where you will spawn, of course, always. But when dying in southern Alderney, you end up in southern, or the center of Broker, Dukes, close to, you know, whatever. These two places are side by side, so
yeah, it's the worst thing is to come back every time.
Yeah, and then you have to make your way all the way back up to northern Algonquin, over to northern Alderney, and then head all the way back down. So this is where some of the others can easily catch up, because you can see if for instance, like if Spug here or Stig start flying through everything, and Ron has a bit of trouble, they could be neck and neck initial time here. And that's what can happen. You can have a lot of trouble making your way back, because, you know, you're going to lose health. You're going to be in a car, most likely. especially when you spawn in broker, because you're not near any police cars. Though you could somewhat quickly get a police car to show up by killing some people and getting 2 stars, even 1 star, I guess. But as you can see, Ron took one of the Huntley Sports here, and he's going to have to make his way and look for, he's either going to want to maybe make his way into something that's somewhat fast, somewhat low to the ground.
I like this car.
It's in good shape right now. That's also another interesting thing. Take a look at what the condition of the car before he enters the hood cam, and then if you see he's coming up on a lot of cops and he enters the hood cam, then when he leaves the hood cam, take a look at where the bullets struck the car. And you can tell also, pay attention to how much health he lost, if any, to get an idea of what happens here. That was very unfortunate that car ended up where it was. Okay, FIB surrounding him. He's not even gonna. Yeah, this is.
Rookie mistake to not take a consistent bike and lose some time.
Right there, that was a close call. You could have easily, when hitting that pole, that could have possibly just blocked your exit, and then if it was climbing across over to the passenger seat, it'd be game over. Sure. Well, not like over.
There's bike shop right there.
This FIB just flew up, and you can see some crazy. There's the FIB. Well, not just the FIB, but the AI in general is. They are pretty smart at times. Like they handle getting right up to you and performing certain maneuvers, and I can tell you, I still am surprised when I see certain things happen. It's crazy what the AI can pull off.
Cold fingers.
Yeah, I saw that Juan J. Sadly, if he searched Juan J with a space, it would still find Juan, but without a space. Even though Juan doesn't have I don't think his last name begins with a J, but the game would still find Juan if he had put a space between Juan and J.
Even if I typed Juan does it, it would have worked.
Yeah, if you typed Juan does it, it would still find Juan.
Let's just go full non-linear, why not?
Okay, let's focus here on, Spug is going downhill here. This is the jump that Ron jumped and landed and went over the pipe. Okay, not bad. Oh, well. Oh, no, there's another problem with this game. You will continue to roll, the physics, you roll sometimes a little too much. And I don't know. What is that? Is that in every version of the game? I guess it is. Has something possibly to do with FPS too? I haven't really.
What? The rolling all the way?
Constantly continue rolling, continuously.
I think it's
rolling,
patch 4 problem.
It's just an older patch, but it's one of the preferred ones to run on. Though I guess if it really was, if it was that big of an issue, they would run on some of the newer ones. You don't really see it that often. And most of the time, if you fall off the bike, wow, Stig almost was crushed by that car. If he had exited just a little bit earlier, that car likely would have actually crushed him rather than causing him to just warp out of the way when he.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Cop car just exploded.
Oh, that's Ron hit the pole. He may have been. I don't know about that spot where you were going.
This trigger zone is just shit.
Yeah, this zone
I
is
missed it
really
again.
Small and hard to hit at times, especially when you have to go off of this overpass jump because there are cones or barricades in the way, and it can just cause the bike to head off into a direction.
Yeah, mainly
you didn't
cones.
intend. Yeah, you just never know. If you happen to get hit any of that the wrong way, you may just go off a little too far to the left or right.
Peace at last.
Though controlling the bike, you would think sometimes you see the bike, it's like upside down in the air, but it's you're in slow motion, and as long as you know what key to hold to flip it back over, you'll be okay. The only time you really see people struggling with that is when they really don't have any idea what key they should be pressing. When looking from that, with that perspective from below.
Fuck.
There's a bike shop that's in northern Alderney, and it's a convenient location for, of course, an NRG. I think there only are NRGs there. Ron and Spug are pretty close, unless somebody has skipped some jumps. I don't know. I know which ones Ron has done so far. Spug has. We'll have to see here. So Ron.
I don't want one more jump ahead of me. But it doesn't matter too much.
So we see there's 7 jumps left.
I've done 1 jump on the way here.
Okay, that's right. So 7 jumps left for Spug and 6 at the end of that last jump for Ron. Stig. Let's see here.
Too many.
Well, again, as long as it's the thing, like if one of them, there are 4 in Bohan. Those will be the final 4. They will purposely die after finishing all of the jumps on the other islands, so that they will go to Bohan.
But not before that.
And they could die earlier on and then go get those 4 if they prefer to, but that is not the faster way of handling. Let's see, so Ron is heading toward... The final jump will be a big one across the entire river.
The big one.
The only thing, as you can see, there really isn't anything on the map that could get in his way right now, unless it turns out to be an NPC, a non-police NPC. The longer he sits around, they will eventually close in. So he's preparing up here. Keep an eye on Ron for a big one. Spug with 5 left. He's got to head to the same one that Ron is doing right now.
I overshot it, man. Oh my god.
Wow. That is he was. Well, his foot.
If you can overshoot a UJ,
foot,
this is a shit UJ, man.
If you can.
Take
Hey,
notes.
That's kind of. I don't know. You were pumped up, weren't you? You were pumped and.
I was thinking about how fast can I die and which way. Now I just cannot.
Whose line is that? Pump for this one or something. What's that one? Remember that one?
You can always fail one in Bohan anyway, Hopku. I mean, my opponents can.
Yeah, right now, if you.
Let's see if I get a UJ. I mean PCJ, I mean energy.
Very unexpected turn of events here. So Spug is still here. We have Stig doing the one. Will he jump the pipe? No, he didn't take any damage either. He completed it the fastest way, with the least risk. All right, we have Spug here. Oh, I couldn't see. That was so close to ending up landing right on top of you if you flipped a little too much. Tilted a little too far forward. So what you're going to see here is Spug is going to not go down that ramp. So he's going to have a lot, just a little bit of speed. What Ron is doing now is completing the 4 in Bohan, and he will head back for that final one. Wow, Spug came very close to where you had landed, I feel, but I don't know, maybe I'm too much of a novice. Now he's going to shoot the bike, catch it on fire. That would be the fastest way to die, unless there's like a hidden, unless we don't know about an explosive barrel or canister somewhere like right there, but I don't know of it. That would be the fastest way. And then, obviously the other way to die would be to land. The stunt jump counts, and then you fall off. You collide into the wall and die immediately. That'd be, or fly forward and die.
Holy shit, I landed the big one. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, man. This has never happened before. What is this?
Wow. Alright, so Spug here is taking the police car after dying to complete the final 4 in Bohan. This is the other thing that you can do in this run. You can skip the boat jumps at the start and save them for the end. And when you finish the 4 in Bohan, you would video editor lore going back to the apartment and then hope to get a boat to complete the 2. Though that is a little bit slower and also somewhat risky, especially when you don't want to get to the end of the run and then not get and have a bad spawn. I'd rather like have that at the very beginning. But some prefer. Somebody might prefer. I don't know. Who at this point? Nobody that I can think of. So Ron is heading back. He's completed all of them except that one across the river. It shouldn't be too hard to get to that, as long as he makes it past the 2 bridges.
As long as they don't shoot my engine, it's fine.
I guess you're probably going to go for the bike at the shop, I'm guessing, but you can complete it with a fast enough car.
At least you won't overshoot it.
Yeah, that's very unlikely. I think if you land with any car, I don't know of any. I really doubt you could overshoot it with any car. Possible. This is the final jump for Spug here.
Whoa, hello, bros.
And that should be all 50. All stunt jumps completed.
GG.
GG.
A new champion of
Nice job.
all stunts.
Now let's see who will. So you can see his police car. Now the police car is a good is one that can complete this river jump. Any of them, I think. Any police except for the van. You may even be able to complete it in the Patriot style of Noose Patriot. Let's see. Well, without a wheel though.
Working.
Oh, the engine has stalled with that last collision. Okay. Also, I'm guessing it may be really hard to do, if impossible, with a pop tire.
Just keep straight, maybe. Let's see if there's enough speed, though.
He's going for it. Okay. We'll see.
Maybe I hit the fucking lamppost, I don't know.
It could have been that lamppost.
My game is glitched, boys. I cannot do it.
I don't know. It might have been it. I feel like it would have counted if you hadn't hit that. I mean, that zone you would have landed on and would have seemed right.
Probably, yes. I don't know if PMP is good enough. Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
I think only sport cars are good enough. Bench. No, fuck off, bench. I want to test PMP, I don't care. It's probably not fast enough.
Oh, outside help. Whoa, whoa there. We have some outside help. I guess anytime you say anything, like, I feel like a pop tire may prevent you from completing this, that'd be considered help. All right, Moffine, we'll allow this comment here.
There are only shit cars now.
Oh, there. Stig is ready to pass away once more from a collision.
Oh, he is ready.
This is intended, like I was mentioning there. Dying, going back to Bohan. Getting yourself a police car and completing. Now here we go with the PMP 600.
PMP is too slow.
Like,
it's too slow.
I don't know. It looks pretty close, but I mean, it could be too slow.
I know that it's too slow. Now.
Bro.
Oh, man.
You said it just in time. But, there was a Banshee, there was a police car. I just chose to stall for some more. For some epic photo finish or something. I don't know. Don't ask. Or
Give
just to
give
die.
us another moment to remember.
Don't forget to clip, guys, to get to the highlight reel. Help Rod get the highlight.
If it's not first place, I don't care, boys. Okay?
Okay, okay. Whatever
But
you
if
say.
I lose the stick, I care a lot. So it's still painful.
Oh yeah, you think you can beat me? You think you can beat me? I'm almost
I'm
there,
the
man.
guy.
I'm gonna do it. Oh shit.
Where is he? Where is this guy?
Ron blocked my fence. Somebody.
Don't let him out of police station.
Only 2 left, man. Only 2 left. This is it. Ron's gonna be dead last.
Probably would have to have like something happen, like hitting a wall, flying through the windshield, and then dying, and then right at the last jump or right now to end up give Ron a chance. I don't know. Though he'd have to make it all the way. I mean, it'd be really hard. He'd have to die like 2 times or 3 times. Yeah, this, whoa, what's this? Going for a... What is that, a pigeon?
Oh, Steve?
Killing a pigeon, he's really rubbing it in. Thinking right now, I bet he's thinking, well, I was able to kill a pigeon and still get second.
He wasted time getting that pistol.
Fuck!
Yeah, that's...
Come on!
Fail,
that's
fail, fail,
all-
fail it, fail
yeah.
it, fail it, fail it, fail, fail,
Come
fail.
on, let's have some good sportsmanship now. Come on,
No,
come on, guys.
let's not.
Let's shake each other's hands.
This guy wanted me to lose.
Time.
Yeah, time. He's very close. You came all stunts for Ron. That was actually closer than I thought it would be for some reason. I guess you were just gonna make it right back and get it. So good job.
What was the estimate? 50?
The
RTA.
estimate was 50. Where are we at for the final? For your time? Oh, I see underneath. 50-44. Ooh. Ooh.
Could have finished no SSU in that time. Someone.
I can.
Alright. Sorry for throwing boys, but yeah. You have to test it. You have to.
But it's already been tested. Man.
Not PMP.
I tested
thought-
PMP in 2019. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
whoa. It's
Where
always a
is
good
it in
idea
the
to-
document? Is there any document
No.
about PMP?
It's never a bad idea to go back and test something again.
Yeah, maybe it works better on 60 FPS.
I think I was on 60 FPS. There are like plenty of cars that seems fast enough, but they aren't. Like Saber, it's not quick enough either.
You know, I realize there's a really good car that I don't pay attention to very often in this game. It's older looking, but it's like a 2-door. It's kind of flat. on
Ruiner.
top.
Ruiner.
No, it's not the Ruiner. I know that one well. It's another one. It's called, oh god, I have to look it up. GTA 4
Vigero?
cars.
I think it's
Muscle
part 2
cars.
of the...
It might be the faction. The faction.
Oh.
The faction is something. It's the one that has like the glass on top, on the left and right, for above the driver and above the passenger. Like, but a piece of metal in between. It's one of the few cars like I really feel like I never pay that much attention to. But it's pretty good. There could be like some versions of it too. I don't know. There might be a really crappy version, like a beat up version, and then another one I can't remember. I don't think that one has that version in GTA 4 though. But the faction is actually a decent car.
Do you think it can make the jump?
I think it could. Just from the acceleration seemed really good. I just remember the other day I jumped in one and where's it fall on the? We'll have to look where it falls on the speed chart. No.
Speed chart is a lie. Saber's quite high up there, but it's still...
Well, acceleration is more important anyway.
Yeah.
I move.
I don't even trust all these charts. You know, you make a chart and then you sometimes made it. There's some flaw in the chart.
It's kind of impossible to compare.
Flaw in the testing. So where did it fall? Action. It's pretty fun. It's not too long. It's at one on this chart. I had it at like 161. It's kind of like almost in the center.
Right, then
Where
everything.
did-
We go to the next run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're done
Yeah.
here. I can listen to Kyle all day, but yeah. Marathon
Yeah,
is a
it's
marathon.
cool. Me too, but there's a marathon
Okay.
game, man. Me
All
too.
right. Yeah.
Go.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Thanks,
sure we need to move in. Maybe I won't make it. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Thanks for.
Thanks for
having
watching,
one here
boys.
for this.
Thanks for cheering.
Yeah, tomorrow GTA 4 OHKO.
Oh yeah.